Hey guys, Haas here, and I wanted to talk today about this man, let's see here, Eddie Ford, who was pulled over early in the morning in 2007, July 17th, for playing his music too loud. And then he, started protesting the police pulling him over. And after he did follow all of the police's commands, but he didn't, quote, shut his mouth. And when the officer said, "With that attitude, you're going to get cuffed," and if he didn't stop running his mouth, he was going to go to jail. And he did. He was arrested. He was arrested for something that had to do with the for not shutting his mouth. Running his mouth. And the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ended up ruling in favor of Ford and saying that the police were wrong to arrest him for running his mouth. I don't hate the police. I think that they do a very important job. I think that they have a very tough job. But I don't think that they have any sort of special rights or anything. They are very much, in fact, servants of us, the people. If any respect is due between my relationship or your relationship with a police officer, it's them who should be respecting you. You deserve respect because you are the person who holds the power. Yes, they are also citizens, but in their capacity as a police officer, they are there to serve you. You pay their wages. You give them the authority to do what they do. They should be respecting you. They should be respecting your rights. I don't owe anything to any police officers. They don't automatically command my respect. Absolutely not, especially in light of the clear and blatant violations of people's rights over the last 40 to 50 years. I mean, and how it's progressing over the last 40 to 50 years. I see this time and time again from mostly the right and mostly, my old police friends, some of my old police friends, that somehow the police can do no wrong. That somehow they are, that it's okay for them to choke slam a guy who is upset that the police took so long. Or that it's okay for the police to arrest a guy for running his mouth or mouthing off to the cops. Are you shitting me? What happened to this country? Where's the freedom of speech? What happened to service? Protect and serve. What happened to the peace officer? This man, Eddie Ford, was probably an asshole and probably a dipshit. That's not part of the question. That we have a right to be an asshole and a dipshit in this country. And the police are there to protect and serve us, our assholishness and dipshitness. That's their job. In the end, the court protected this man, despite, what's going on with despite all the bull crap, he ended up being protected. But, there's hundreds or thousands of cases every day where the police are violating people's rights and no one really cares to stand up and say anything about it. And it's just time to stop. It's time to re-examine, what you're doing is unconstitutional. That you're escalating the force. You are escalating the force, officers who are out there telling people to stop running their mouths. You're escalating the force, not them. And then there's of course, the fact of liability. That police department paid out $60-some thousand to Eddie Ford. My money, taxpayers' money. Well, in this case, Washington taxpayers' money. Because of your failure to do your jobs right. We gotta pay for it. That's bullshit. We all know where this goes. Whether you want to admit it or not. Where this continues up to, and it comes to a point. At some point it'll come to a breaking point. We know where it goes. History has shown us what happens when a government is oppressive to its people. You know what happens? They lose. Every single time. Yes, there's a lot of casualties along the way to those people, but in the end, who wins? It's not the government. It's certainly not the agents of the government who are carrying out these orders. It's the people. They ultimately win. Every time. Every single time. Every abusive government in history has died in flames. It's gone and burned down. Sometimes literally. I want everybody out there that's a police officer or someone that's in a position of authority that's watching this to pay attention. Pay attention to history. Pay attention to our founding documents. Pay attention to the law. Pay attention to what's right, because you know what's right in your heart. Just because Eddie Ford was a jackass and probably disrespectful doesn't make it illegal. You need to get your mind right. Thanks for watching.